Welcome to Optics Academy. Here we're gonna do a recap lessons. In our last edition, we talked about the main menu over this area. Okay, we talked about the toolbar, and we tried naming some elements that we have here on Photoshop. Very important stuff like layers. We talked about how to bring in stuff from Windows, from programs you might need like channels and character style, properties style, and swatches. We talked about looking around the environment, but what we are doing in this class is a recap. We'll go back to the previous stuffs we have done to understand in detail what it does. I'll take my time to explain better and what some of the stuff on Photoshop, some of the files on Photoshop, what it does. So we just have to listen attentively and follow the instructions. I hope you don't have the software and probably you're watching the video because you probably have the interest but you're not yet sure. I bet you nothing would probably go in, like you wouldn't understand anything that I will be teaching. So it's better that you have your Adobe Photoshop installed in your system so that we could work together, and if there is any question, if you're having any difficulty, then you email my email is at the description below, or you probably comment on that, so it will be taken good care of. Need to understand. So from here we have the file, and we are all familiar with files. Any platform, any software platform, you find files. Inside of files, you have a place of creating a new file, opening a file. You open as for the file, then you open recent file. We have close, we have save, we have save as, we have export. Inside the export, we have various type of method in which we export. We have general, we have share on Behance, we have search Adobe stock, place embedded, place linked, automate, we have scripts, we have import, we have file info, print, and exit. So these are the most important parts when it comes to files. So that's all that is here. Then if we move to edit, we have the undo, nudge, we have the skip backwards, we have copy, cut, paste special, copy special, clear, search, check spellings, find and replace, perspective, warp, free, transform, define, brush preset, define pattern, and so on and so forth. So when you go under edit, you see various types of entities. So if we move to image, we have mode. Under mode, we have bitmap, we have grayscale, we have RGB, CMYK, and so on and so forth. So beneath that, we have adjustments. Under adjustment, we have brightness and contrast, levels, curves, exposure, vibrance, hue, saturation, balance, color balance, black and white, photo filter, a whole lot is here. So beneath we have auto tune, auto contrast, color, image size, canvas size, image rotation. Okay, you rotate your image. Probably the image size is used when from the initial time you created a new document, you fixed in some values, some pixel values or inches to make up your new project, the platform. So let's say along the line there was a mistake in your measurements. Probably you needed to add some figures or reduce some figures. So you don't need to go back to recreate a new document. What you have to do is just click on edit, click on image, then image size. So when you click on image size, this is how it appears. Then you resize the values, you resize everything that you initially forgot to put in. So you have to put in everything. That's the importance of the image size. Now we have duplicates, we have calculations, we have variables, define, we have analysis. So right after that we have layers. So under layers we have new. You can probably create a new layer from here, because now we need to understand that this layer is directly connected to this layer. Okay, please, I want everything to be clear. If there is any question, you comment on my description below. You comment below my description, sorry. So now this layer is directly connected to this other layer. So whatever you see here, just know that it has something to do with this layer right here. So let's continue with the layer. We have new layers. Okay, you see that when I try to create a new layer, when I create, like if I click on layer, new layer, new layer, you say layer 1. So here you have to rename your layer. If it's hot, you say hot, then you click on OK. So you immediately see that a layer has been created on your layer panel. So I can probably delete and say create new, rename to hot. That's the name of my layer. So it's probably is the same thing. So this layer right here is directly connected to this layer. So that's what I want everybody to understand. So now here we have duplicate layer, we have delete layer, we can hidden layers here. Okay. We have quick export as PNG, export as, rename layer, layer styles. So yeah, we have our layer styles. We have new fill layer. So under new fill layer we have solid color, gradient, pattern. So here we have new adjustment layer. Under new inside of new adjustment layer we have our brightness, levels, curves, exposure, vibrance, hue, color, black and white, and EDC. We have so many things there. So here we have under layer marks we have review all, hide all. So vector marks we have review all, hide all. So we have so many things under layers, and I want you to still remember that everything that has to do with this layer is directly connected to this other layer. So after that we have type. So under type we have add font from type kits. Yeah, that you're directly connected to Adobe. You add your new font from type kits, you download from type kits. So after that we have panels, character panels, paragraph panels, glyphs, character style panel, and paragraph style panel. We have anti lines, we have orientation, extrude to 3D, create work paths, convert shape, rasterize, type layers, convert to paragraph type, warp text, match font, font preview, size, language option, update all text layers, replace all missing fonts. All that are under type. These I've mentioned, they are still on the main menu. So right after type we have select. We have select all, we have deselect, we have reselect, we have invert, we have select all layers, we have deselect layers, we have find layers, we have isolate layers, color range, focus area, select and mask, modify, glow, similar, transform selection, etc. We have so many things under selection. So right after that we have our filter. Under the filter we have last filter, convert for smart filters, filter gallery, adaptive wide angle, camera raw filter, lens correction, liquify, vanishing point, 3D, blur gallery, distort noise, pixel render, sharp style, video, and others. And beneath others we have extensions like plugins. We'll learn about that. After filter we have our 3D. So we have our 3D layer file, merge 3D layer, export 3D layer, share 3D layer on Sketch Lab. We have get more content, new 3D extrusion from selected layers. So everything on that 3D is related to 3D itself. That's when you're designing anything on 3D, like 3 dimension. That's meaning of 3D. So right after 3D we have views, we have proof setup, we have proof color, we have so many things on that view. Okay, on that view you can add your grid, you can add your ruler, you can activate your ruler, your grid, you can make a new guide layout, a new guide from shape, you can lock slices. That's on that view. So after view we have windows. So windows we have arrange, we have workspace, we have 3D, we have action, we have adjustments, we have brush presets. Now let me re-explain. When it comes to windows, everything that you see right here can be activated or deactivated. Now what I mean by that is since we are new on Photoshop, once you launch Photoshop and after installation of your Photoshop, and probably you launch your Photoshop, then you notice that there are some items that are missing. Probably your brush tool, your channels, your character, your actions, your layers. Now whenever you see anything missing, you shouldn't panic about that. You should just carefully click on Windows, and when you go to Windows you see several things to be activated, probably most of the things that you have been looking for. We have the 3D, we have actions, we have adjustments, we have brush, we have channels, we have character style, we have layers, we have navigators, paragraph styles, swatches, timelines, and so on and so forth. So whatever you're looking for on Photoshop, so you just have to go to Windows and select that is to activate what you're looking for. So we have help. So of course help sounds like help, so you just help. So whenever you need a help, you click on help. So that's it. So let's move over to the tool panel. The reason I haven't taken time to explain much about the option menu is that we need to go through the toolbar before option menu, because if I explain the toolbar, if I explain option menu before the toolbar, it might get a little bit confusing. So let's just stick to the basics. Now let's talk about the tool. The tool always lies at the left hand side of the workspace. The tools always lie at the left hand side of the workspace. So is your choice. Probably I could decide to move my tool to the right hand side. Of course, is my choice. I can probably walk from here and leave here. Is my choice as well. Now the tool, now there's something we should understand. Now on each tool we have subordinates, like some other tools on beneath each tool. Like under move tool we have artboards. Okay, artboard. So now the thing is that they all have their unique functions. They all have their unique functions. The move tool has its unique function, the artboard has its unique function, but they together is pair. Okay, now after that we have a rectangular marquee tool. So under rectangular marquee tool we have elliptical marquee tool, we have single row marquee tool, we have single column marquee tool. So they are all subordinates. They have their individual duties, but the duties are related. The duties are what? Related. They have individual duties, but those duties are related. So I want you to know about that. So beneath rectangular marquee tool we have our laser tool. So under laser tool we have the polygon laser tool, the magic laser tool. Now if you want to see the subordinates of each tool, you right click, you left click and hold. So on your keyboard you just left click and hold, then you see the subordinates. They are all related, but they have their individual duties. So beneath that we have our quick selection. Beneath our quick selection we have magic wand tool. Magic wand tool. So beneath magic wand tool we have our crop tool. So our crop tool, under our crop tool we have our perspective crop tool, we have our slice tool, we have our slice select tool. And please, I would like us to take note of the shortcuts. Now close to the tool itself bears the shortcuts. So it's good for us to understand the shortcuts, because in time to come our editing will be very fast, and you have to study the shortcuts to get to our level. So beneath the crop tool we have the eyedropper tool. So the shortcut for the eyedropper tool is I. So beneath the eyedropper tool we have the 3D material eyedropper tool. We have the so we have our eyedropper tool. So beneath our eyedropper tool we have 3D material eyedropper tool, color sampler tool, ruler tool, note tool, count tool. So beneath eyedropper tool we have our spot healing brush tool. I want we all to always observe the shortcuts. So beneath our eyedropper tool we have our spot healing brush tool, our healing brush tool, our patch tool, our content aware move tool, red eye tool. So beneath that we have our brush tool. So we have our brush tool, we have our pencil tool, we have our color replacement tool, we have mixer brush tool. So beneath that we have our clone stamp tool. We have clone stamp tool, we have pattern stamp tool. So beneath that we have our history brush tool. We have our art history brush tool. So beneath that we have our eraser. We have eraser tool, background eraser tool, magic eraser tool. So beneath that we have our gradient tool, our paint bucket tool, our 3D material drop tool. So beneath that we have our blur tool, our sharpen tool, our smooth tool. So beneath that we have our dodge tool, our burn tool, our sponge tool. So beneath that we have our pen tool, our pen tool, our freeform pen tool, our add anchor point tool, delete anchor point tool, convert point tool. So beneath that we have our text tool, we have our horizontal type tool, vertical type tool, vertical type mask tool, horizontal type mask tool. Okay, so beneath our pen tool we have our text tool. So under text tool, horizontal, under horizontal text tool we have vertical text tool as well. We have vertical type mask tool, we have horizontal type mask tool. So beneath that we have our path selection tool, and beneath path selection tool we have our direct selection tool. Then right after that we have our rectangular tool. So beneath our rectangular tool we have our rounded rectangle tool, we have our ellipse tool, we have our polygon tool, we have our line tool, we have custom shape tool. Now let me make this clear. On polygon type tool, when you click on tool, or when you want to make use of the tool, you at the option bar of it you could probably reduce or increase the numbers, probably to hexagon or polygon, etc. So you have a free control to add or reduce number of lines. So right beneath that we have our hand tool, we have our rotate tool. So after that we have our zoom tool. So zoom, we have zoom plus zoom, which means zoom in, making the words to be out. So we have our minus zoom. Okay, so that's what it does, the zoom in, this plus zoom and minus zoom. So now beneath that we have our foreground color, set foreground color, and we have our background color. So let's make our foreground color. Yes, so now whenever you want to toggle around the foreground color and the background color, the shortcut is X. So when you click on X, you toggle around the foreground color and the background color. Let's move over to the other side. Now we have our layer, and layer, I want you to understand that layer is very, very, very important when it comes to graphic designs, and it has something to do with Photoshop. we concentrate vividly on the layer panel. We do so many things using the layer panel now, but the masking is done with the layer panel. So we manipulate layers, separate layers, using the layer panel. So time for you to know that Photoshop is your friend. So just all you have to do is to make sure you download Photoshop on your system, you install Photoshop on your system, you launch down Photoshop on your system, you comment on my my videos on YouTube, follow my channel, and we'll keep on updating you with some amazing tips and tricks when it comes to graphic design on Photoshop. So right now we are still at the basics, and we stick at the basics. So whatever question you have, bring it in. Whatever thing you want to know, bring it in. We'll have to I am at your service. Optics Academy is at your service. So you bring up series of questions, we tackle the problem, we solve it. You bring up series of questions, we solve it. So that's what we are here to do. We'll make sure you understand a whole lot on Photoshop. Mind you, we'll be discussing more outside our field, outside the graphic designs. Well, we're going to be discussing more using Photoshop to enhance your pictures. So for now, we are sticking at the basics, understanding the environment of Photoshop. So thank you very much.